I read an indie book, and that is Dien-Vek by Carolyn K. and illustrated by Chaz Kemp. These are actually some people I know back in Colorado. We were on the same kind of convention circuit. And this is a steampunk fantasy in the world of Ashalon, which Chaz created. It's got a beautiful art in here, and there is also art on the inside between chapters. And we are following this character named Galesel. I can never say it right. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Galesel, who is an elf as well. So, hey, if anyone's doing our fantasy and you need an elf main character, there you go. And it's short. That's actually kind of my complaint. Even though it's not really a complaint, like I could easily read more of this. It packs the entire world really well in here. I thought this was pretty well done. I do think that because there is a sequel, based on where we end up, I'm like, I think maybe we could have just put them together into one big standalone. But I'm also not mad about it. It does kind of leave on a cliffhanger, I will say. But we have this elf who is taking the place of her sister, who is the actual like ambassador. And actually, I got ahead of myself. So in this world, it is our world, except alternate history. We have this comet that kind of like exploded or something over the earth and revealed all elves, fae, all these magical creatures and stuff, revealed them all to everyone. No more does the glamour work. And so there's a lot of strife between humans and non-humans. And they are trying to visit Queen Victoria and convince her to stop trying to be an empire, basically, and hurting their people who are living in her area. But there are also these other characters who have banded with Queen Victoria to ruin their lives as well. They're also a magical creature, but they're the ones that Victoria's chosen to side with. And they're kind of a Norse-based people. I forget what they're called now. Does it say on the back what they are? I forgot what they are. But they're awful, horrible, and wait, what is it? Anyway, it sounds very Norse. Very, very, very Norse. And there's a lot of strife and wars and battles, and our main character does get captured at one point, and a lot of stuff happens to her personally where she ends up kind of shamed and has to end up going off on her own by the end of the book. And that's where we kind of leave to the next part. I did really have a good time with this series, or with this first book at least. I do need to get a copy of the sequel because I gotta know what's gonna go down. I want to know how she's gonna regain her whole identity, really, because that's kind of what happens in this one. Not to like spoil or anything with this, but I really like this. I think the art's beautiful and the writing is great. I recommend it. I'm having a really hard time reviewing this one apparently right now because it is so short. So it is easy to spoil, if that helps. But I'm kind of just, I vibed, you know, I caught a vibe with this one. So I really, really enjoyed this. I can recommend this. Again, it is short if you need it, or for our fantasy, because it does an elf main character. That's what I've used it for. I didn't even realize going in that it was an elf main character, but it is. So there you go. That's my cozy review of this one.